Hi dear students, I hope all of you are fine. Okay, now today we have to start with the topic that is regarding division of algae into three main classes. But before going to that topic, we can have a quick revision of the topics which we learned in the last session. Today that revision we are going to learn from the material. You can go through the topics. Please take out the material. Page number 56, Kingdom Plantae. As we discussed in the last lecture, all the multicellular eukaryotic plants are placed in Kingdom Plantae. What are placed in Kingdom Plantae? All the multicellular eukaryotic plants are placed in Kingdom Plantae. They are autotrophic. That means they manufacture their food by photosynthesis. And even this was discussed. Following plant groups are included in Kingdom Plantae. Which are the plant groups included in Kingdom Plantae? Yes, algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm. And regarding algae, we discussed many points. Even what are the uses or how they are beneficial to human beings, up to that point we discussed. Let's see the points what's given here regarding algae. Some extra points are given and that's very important for your NEET preparation. So wherever the important points coming, you have to underline that. You have to put some important sign. So it will be easy for you to revise the topic. Algae. Term algae was given by Linnaeus. Please underline the point. Term algae was given by whom? It was given by Linnaeus. And phycology. What does the term mean? Phycology means study of algae. As we had learned about biology, bios and logos, study of life. Here phycology, logos means study, phyco means algae, so study of algae is known as phycology. Father of phycology, Fritsch. What's the name? Fritsch. And the book written by him is Structure and Reproduction of Algae. Father of phycology, Fritsch. Book written by him, Structure and Reproduction of Algae. Father of Indian phycology. If that question is asking, you have to answer. It's not Fritsch, it is M.O.P. Iyengar. So who is known as father of Indian phycology? M.O.P. Iyengar. So you have to learn these points. You have to understand. Now we are going to learn about the nature of algae. So whatever points we discussed, who given the term algae? And study of algae is known as what? Who is father of phycology and who is father of Indian phycology? It's clear for you? Okay. Let's go to the next topic, that is regarding nature of algae. Algae are found in both freshwater and marine water. Algae are found in many forms like filamentous, colonial, etc. Algae are surrounded by mucilaginous sheath and below the sheath cell wall is present which is made up of cellulose and pectin. You have to understand, when the introductory topic we were explaining, that time it was mentioned that earlier these groups were kept in the same kingdom, but then after they have taken out, excluded. Why? The reason was that the presence of cell wall. So now here we are saying the point that algae are surrounded by mucilaginous sheath, and below the sheath what is present? Cell wall is present. And this cell wall is made up of what? Cellulose and pectin. But mainly it's made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and mineral like calcium carbonate. So you have to underline the point. Algae are surrounded by what? Mucilaginous sheath, and below the sheath what is present? Cell wall is present, and it is made up of what? Cellulose and pectin, but mainly made up of what? Cellulose, galactans, mannans and mineral like calcium carbonate. On the basis of structure, algae are thalloid. If you remember, this point was discussed. Even you have noted down the point. What do you mean by thallus? What is thallus? In short, we discussed it's an undifferentiated plant body. That means they lack true root, stem, leaf-like structures. So here, on the basis of structure, algae are thalloid. That is, the plant body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. And tissue system is also absent in algae. On the basis of nutrition, algae are what? Photoautotrophic. That means they are preparing the food with the help of light through the process of photosynthesis. That's why they are known as photoautotrophic. They have chloroplast in which photosynthetic pigments are present. Classification of algae is mainly based on pigments only. Chlorophyll A and beta carotene are universal pigments of algae. Underline that point, it's very important. What are the universal pigment of algae? Chlorophyll A and beta carotene. It's a very important point. So now coming to the topic of reproduction in algae. This was discussed. Yes, you have to tell me which are the three methods of reproduction occurring in algae. Yeah, good. Vegetative, asexual and sexual. Vegetative reproduction. In that mainly we discussed according to textbook, that was means fragmentation, but here it's again mentioned binary fission also. So vegetative reproduction, as per the material you can say that there are two types of vegetative reproduction mentioned, binary fission and fragmentation. In binary fission, cell is divided into two parts and nucleus is also divided into two parts by mitosis. And that is found only in unicellular algae. Fragmentation. Filaments break down into small pieces and form new filaments. That is coming in all filamentous algae. So this is regarding the vegetative reproduction in algae, mainly two, binary fission and fragmentation, where it is present and how it's happening, that also we discussed. Now asexual reproduction, zoospores are formed in favorable conditions and aplanospores, hypnospore and echinate etc. are formed in unfavorable conditions. So different types of spores are present. From that, zoospores are the main, and zoospores are formed in which condition? Favorable conditions. And even unfavorable conditions, some spores are produced. They are of different names: aplanospores, hypnospores and echinate, and they are formed during unfavorable condition. Now coming regarding sexual reproduction. Here male sex organ is called antheridium and female sex organ is called oogonium. The sex organs of algae are unicellular and jacketless. So here what you are understanding from the word jacketless means, it's nothing like that. Actually they are not having any protective covering. Okay, no any covering. That's what saying that jacketless. So the sex organs of algae are which type? They are unicellular and jacketless. But exceptionally, sex organs of green algae, example Chara, so they are known as stonewort and they are multicellular and jacketed. So here this exceptional whatever coming, so that you have to keep in mind. It's very, very important, can be asked in exam. You see here, we are discussing regarding the sexual reproduction in algae. And in that we discussed male sex organ is known as Antheridium and female sex organ is known as Oogonium, and the sex organs of algae are unicellular and jacketless. But exceptional case is coming in the case of sex organs of green algae, for example Chara, and in that what is it known as stonewort. Green algae, they are known as stonewort. There the sex organs are multicellular and are jacketed. That means they are having the protective covering. The male sex organ of Chara is known as globule. What is it known as? Globule. You can see in the figure it is given. Chara is here. In that the male sex organ is given and even the female sex organ is given. Globule is known as the male sex organ Antheridium, and female sex organ in Chara is known as nucule. What is it known as? Nucule. So these terminologies you have to remember. Globule and nucule, these two are the sex organs present in Chara. Male sex organ of Chara is known as globule and the female sex organ is known as nucule. Now the second point related to sexual reproduction. Plant body of algae is haploid. So sexual reproduction takes place through zygotic meiosis. What we are saying here, already the plant body of algae is haploid. So no chances of mitosis there. So here what happened? The sexual reproduction takes place through zygotic meiosis. So their life cycle is haplondic. And at this point, this topic we are going to learn detail in this chapter only. The last topic of the chapter is regarding this haplondic, diplondic and haplodiplondic or intermediate, that is alternation of generation in plants, that we will learn in detail afterwards. But now here the term you have to understand, the life cycle of algae is known as haplondic. The reason is that the plant body of algae is haploid, so sexual reproduction takes place through zygotic meiosis, so the life cycle is haplondic. But here also exceptional cases are there. But exceptionally, brown algae are diploid. So there are different types of algae which we are going to learn in detail today. So green algae we told. Now we are telling about brown algae. So exceptionally brown algae are diploid. Usually algae are what? Haploid. But here we are saying brown algae are diploid. Example, in fucus life cycle is diplondic. Fucus, which is coming under algae only, and it's coming under the class that is brown algae, and in brown algae that fucus is having a diplondic life cycle. Algae reproduce by zygotic meiosis, that is first division in zygote is meiosis. So embryo is not formed. Usually it's not like that. Mitotic division is happening after the formation of zygote, but here we are saying that first division in zygote is meiosis, and because of that what is not formed? Embryo is not formed. And the sexual reproduction is of three types. This was discussed. Anybody remembers the point? Anyone can tell me which are the three types? Yes, isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous. And what we discussed regarding isogamous? Yes, having similar size of gametes. Isogamous, it's found in Chlamydomonas, Dibarianum, Eulothrix, Ectocarpus, Spirogyra, Cladophora. Now anisogamous, that means two dissimilar size of gametes. And that is also in some of the species of Chlamydomonas. So the another species that is known as Chlamydomonas brownie. Chlamydomonas dibarianum, that is isogamous, but in the case of Chlamydomonas brownie, which type is there? Sexual reproduction only there, but it's a anisogamous. Now oogamous, again in Chlamydomonas some other species, that is Chlamydomonas coccifera, Sargassum, Volvox, Fucus and Chara. Which type of sexual reproduction is present? Oogamous sexual reproduction is present. Here one special note is given. Please listen. Chlamydomonas exhibit complete evolution of sexual reproduction. So Chlamydomonas exhibits what? Complete evolution of sexual reproduction. In Chlamydomonas debarianum, gametes are flagellated and similar in size. As we discussed earlier, that's what's known as isogamy, similar size of gametes. In Chlamydomonas brownie, gametes are motile and dissimilar in size, anisogamy. Most of the species of Chlamydomonas show isogamy. So majority of the case show which one? Isogamy. In Spirogyra, gametes are non-flagellated, that means non-motile and similar in size. So there also we can call it as isogamy only there, because it is depending on the similarity of size of gametes. In that case they are similar, so it's known as isogamy. In Cladophora, isogametes are biflagellated. One side to they are isogametes and even they are biflagellated. So in Cladophora, isogametes are there and even they are biflagellated. They are having two flagella, that is biflagellated. So these are the points which we discussed in the introductory topic of algae, and the main topics covered there regarding reproduction, regarding nature and different types of sexual reproduction present in that, which are the examples of that. Some important points we discussed. Now, as we discussed earlier, today we are going to learn the new topic related to algae only, that is the classification of algae. Before going to the textbook, we can cover the topic which one is given in the material. After completion of the points from the material, we can go to the textbook content, because in this material, topic wise, point wise it is mentioned. So it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, see the points. The classification of algae is mainly based on the photosynthetic pigments. We have discussed the point that in algae, chlorophyll A and beta carotene are the universal pigments. So the classification of algae is mainly based on what? Photosynthetic pigments. In addition to this, cell wall composition and starred food are also the base of classification. So many criteria are taken for the classification of algae. Mainly it is based on what? Photosynthetic pigments, and in addition to this, whatever characteristics are considered, cell wall composition and the stored food, in which form they are storing the food, that is also kept under consideration regarding the basis of classification of algae. So algae is divided into following classes. First one, Chlorophyceae, green algae, Phaeophyceae, brown algae, Rhodophyceae, red algae. Once again, say the division of algae. Algae are divided into how many classes? 3 classes. Which are they? Chlorophyceae, commonly known as green algae, Phaeophyceae, brown algae, and Rhodophyceae, red algae. Chlorophyceae, green algae. Green algae are the most advanced algae. So out of these 3 classes, the most advanced algae is which one? Green algae, also known as what? Chlorophyceae. It is believed that green algae are the ancestors of the higher plants. If by chance the question is asking that who are known as the ancestors of higher plants, so we can answer what? Green algae or Chlorophyceae. Green algae usually have a rigid cell wall made up of an inner layer of cellulose and an outer layer of pectose. See that? As we discussed regarding the classification criteria of algae, mainly based on photosynthetic pigments, and another point we told regarding cell wall composition. So here we are saying the same point. You can see that green algae usually have a rigid cell wall made up of what? 2 layers are there. That cell wall of green algae is made up of 2 layers, an inner layer of cellulose and an outer layer of pectose. So which are the 2 layers with which the cell wall of green algae is made up of? An inner layer of cellulose and an outer layer of pectose. Now regarding the habitat of green algae. Green algae are cosmopolitan in nature. This cosmopolitan word you have to understand simply they are found everywhere in nature. It's not like that any specific area is there. So they are found everywhere. So they are cosmopolitan in nature. And the structure of green algae. Green algae are found in many forms such as unicellular forms, colonial forms, multicellular filamentous forms, multicellular thalloid or parenchymatous forms. So once again see regarding the structure of green algae. So according to structure, green algae are found in many forms: unicellular, colonial, multicellular filamentous and multicellular thalloid or parenchymatous. First, unicellular algae. Chlamydomonas is an example of unicellular algae. They are motile unicellular algae. So if the question is asking, then you have to remember that. Which is motile unicellular algae? Chlamydomonas. This algae moves with the help of flagella. So Chlamydomonas move with the help of what? Flagella. You can see the structure of Chlamydomonas given here. It's having flagellum, singular flagellum, plural is flagella. An eyespot is present, chloroplast is there and pyrenoids are there that we will discuss afterwards then. Now next example of unicellular algae is chlorella. They are non-motile unicellular alga. Motile unicellular alga example Chlamydomonas. Non-motile unicellular algae is chlorella. Calvin discovered Calvin cycle by experimenting on chlorella. Scientist Calvin discovered Calvin cycle doing the experiment on what? Chlorella. And the third, Acetabularia. It's umbrella plant, commonly known as what? Umbrella plant. And it is the largest unicellular plant. Underline, it's very important. Which is the largest unicellular plant? Acetabularia. What is its common name? Umbrella plant. The largest unicellular plant. The diameter of its cell is 10 centimeter. The diameter of its cell is how much? 10 centimeter. Even another scientist, Hammerling, he also did the experiment on Acetabularia. According to Five Kingdom system, the algae described above should be placed in Protista. But due to their life cycle is similar to green algae, they are studied in planting. So according to Five Kingdom system, the algae described above should be placed where? In Protista. But due to the life cycle is similar to green algae, they are studied in planting. Second structure, colonial. So in unicellular structure, you can see the names Chlamydomonas, chlorella, Acetabularia. And the next is coming colonial. Some green algae are found in colonies. Some green algae are found how? Not solitary, not alone. They are found in colonies, in group. And they form colony of cells. The number of cells in a colony is fixed. Colony with a fixed number of cells is called cenobium. Underline that point, it's very important. Here we are telling about colonial algae. So some green algae are found in colonies. They form colony of cells. The number of cells in a colony is fixed and that condition, that is colony with a fixed number of cells, is known as cenobium. Volvox, it's a motile colony, moving colony. There you can see parent colony is there and daughter colony is there. Okay, so what is cenobium? Colony with a fixed number of cells is called a cenobium. Now the third type according to structure, first unicellular, second colonial and the third is multicellular filamentous. Mostly the green algae are multicellular and filamentous. Once again see, mostly the green algae are multicellular and filamentous. Eulothrix known as pond wool, Spirogyra known as pond silk. And if the question is asking with the common name, so you have to remember the name of the algae. So which is known as pond silk? Spirogyra. Which is known as pond wool? Eulothrix. Here the structure of Eulothrix is given. You can see multicellular condition and even filamentous condition, and even hold fast like that structure is given. So like that, in the case of plants we can understand that the root is for fixing the plant, but here instead of that, what is that? Hold fast structure is there. Multicellular thalloid or parenchymatous. Now the last structure, that is multicellular thalloid or parenchymatous. Some algae are multicellular in length and width. Some algae are multicellular in length and width. Ulva, also called as sea lettuce. Ulva, also known as what? Sea lettuce. If the question is asking which is sea lettuce, you have to remember it's simply ulva. Ulva, also known as what? Sea lettuce. And now again we told that the classification of algae into three main classes, mainly based on the photosynthetic pigments. So we can come to the point. Photosynthetic pigments. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B and carotene. In that beta carotene is present. Xanthophyll, Lutea xanthine and violoxanthine. That's of yellow colored. Once again see, xanthophyll pigment, in that Lutea xanthine and violoxanthine having yellow color. Now some special notes are given. On the basis of pigments chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and carotenoids and stored food starch and cell wall made up of cellulose and pectose, green algae are considered similar to higher plants. So out of the three classes, we told that even the first point we discussed regarding green algae, that green algae are the most advanced algae. So here we are again coming to the same point. On the basis of pigments, on the basis of the stored food and the cell wall made up of what? Green algae are considered similar to the higher plants. Most of the members of green algae have starch as stored food, and some have oil droplets also. So regarding the stored food of algae, if asking, most of the members of green algae have which one as stored food? Starch. And even they are storing the food in the form of oil droplets also. One or more pyrenoids are also present in chloroplast as storage bodies. See once again. One or more pyrenoids are also present in chloroplast as storage bodies. Pyrenoids contain proteins besides starch. Pyrenoids contains what? Proteins besides starch. Zoospores are formed in favorable condition, and aplanospore, hypnospore and echinates are formed in unfavorable condition. Sexual reproduction may be isogamous, anisogamous and even oogamous. Now economic importance. Green algae, in that economic importance, food, they are used as food. So chlorella is used as food because after spirulina, that is blue-green algae, spirulina BGA means you have to understand blue-green algae. Chlorella has largest amount of protein. Underline, it's very important. What's the importance of chlorella? Why it's important as a food? So chlorella is used as food. Why? Because after spirulina, that is blue-green algae, chlorella has the largest amount of what? Protein. That's why they are used as food. Antibiotics. Chlorella antibiotic is obtained from chlorella. Once again, antibiotics. Chlorella antibiotic is obtained from chlorella. Space research. In space, chlorella is used as a source of food and oxygen by space travelers. So in space, Chlorella is used as a source of food and a source of oxygen by whom? Space travelers. Parasitic algae. Cephaloros algae. How to pronounce? Cephaloros algae. Cephaloros algae remains parasitically where in the leaves of tea plant and causes disease red rust. Here causes disease, there you have to keep space. Two words are there. Cephaluro algae remains parasitically in the leaves of tea plant and causes disease. That disease is known as red rust. So red rust in tea plant is because of what? It's because of parasitic algae, that is Cephaloros algae. They remain parasitically in the leaves of tea plant and they causes disease known as red rust. So this is regarding Chlorophyceae, commonly known as green algae. Now we can see from the textbook what is given there. It will be easy for you to understand as we discuss most of all the points here. The members of Chlorophyceae are commonly called green algae. So the members of Chlorophyceae are commonly called what? Green algae. The plant body may be unicellular, colonial or filamentous. The plant body may be how? Unicellular, colonial or filamentous. They are usually grass green due to the dominance of pigments chlorophyll A and B. So the color of green algae is usually what? Grass green color, and that is why because of the dominance of the pigments chlorophyll A and B. The pigments are localized in definite chloroplast. So where these chlorophylls are present, these pigments, the pigments are localized in definite chloroplast. The chloroplast may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shaped, spiral or ribbon-shaped in different species. So once we have told that they are having usually grass green color due to the dominance of pigments chlorophyll A and B. And the pigments are localized where? In definite chloroplast. The chloroplast may be of which shape? They may be of discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shaped, spiral and even ribbon-shaped in different species. Most of the members have one or more storage bodies called pyrenoids located in the chloroplast. So even in the chloroplast, apart from these pigments, what is also present? They are having some one or more storage bodies known as pyrenoids. And pyrenoids contain protein besides starch. So pyrenoids contain whatever? They contain starch and even besides starch what is also present? Protein. So protein and starch are present in pyrenoids. They are found or located in chloroplast. Some algae may store food in the form of oil droplets. Green algae usually have a rigid cell wall made up of an inner layer of cellulose and an outer layer of pectose. All these points we discussed there, the same is there. So what we are seeing here, stored food in the form of what? Starch or protein, and that also where it is present? In pyrenoids. What are pyrenoids? They are the storage bodies present in chloroplast. What they are storing? They store what? Starch and protein. So now, vegetative reproduction usually takes place by fragmentation or by formation of different types of spores. Asexual reproduction is by flagellated zoospores produced in zoosporangia. The sexual reproduction shows considerable variation in the type of formation of sex cells, and it may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. This is no need to explain now because it was already discussed. Isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. The sexual reproduction shows considerable variation in the type and formation of sex cells, and it may be isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Some commonly found green algae are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Eulothrix, Spirogyra and Cara. Once again see the name. Some commonly found green algae are Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Eulothrix, Spirogyra and Chara. In 3.A you can see that first one Volvox, Chlamydomonas and Chara. These are the examples coming under green algae. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you once again.